Moderation helps everyone feel safe. So if you see us looking up and down, it's because we're trying to look at two different cameras. I don't know how to set up software on both. So we have 2 viewers. Should we just come back later?
You're the one.
I feel so sleepy. Like I just want to get this over with, and I know we have to go outside and
clean,
do yard work. Tons of yard work.
So, how did you like your first assignment?
So, guys, I had my first ABKC assignment, judging in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Saturday. Today is Monday. Yeah. So.
Today's Tuesday.
Tuesday. Oh God, yeah. So we've just always ripping and running and super busy Monday and super busy today. We got a lot of stuff to catch up on outside and puppy picture wise, and we have dogs. A lot of puppies that are about to be 8 weeks next week maybe, and I know this is not everybody's problem, but I have so many emails and text messages to get back to. That's good problems, I guess. It's just quite overwhelming. So I want to take new pictures and have everybody updated before I start contacting people. So I kind of get in my own way, like Chris says, get in my own head. Mind you, he doesn't have to talk to any customers ever. Nothing affects him like it affects me either. So how was my first judging assignment? It was perfect. I think like I woke up that morning a little bit anxious because I'm like, where do I stand? I come into the ring to exhibit a dog, but I'm not a handler, and I don't have the ring experience that most people there will have. I feel like I come at it from a different angle, a breeder's perspective. So I can see dogs. I've been staring at dogs my whole life, so I feel like I can see the qualities and maybe faults in dogs simply, but I wasn't ready to become a judge till now, because now I can communicate the things that I see, versus maybe just turning away and telling them they're dismissed or to get out or whatever. Now I can actually talk to people and relate to them, and I think that that's what I enjoyed the most was with every ribbon I handed out or didn't hand out, I just let the whole lineup know I love this dog for this reason. I'm going to go with this dog for this reason. And that dog, doesn't exactly have, these qualities that this dog has. So I'm going to go with this dog. And I just get so happy and excited and enthusiastic to talk to people. And so hopefully that's refreshing and to the community and, exhibitors. So, but so my first time coming into the ring, I was like, because, okay, I don't know if you guys ever know or pay attention, but sometimes they'll have you start in this corner or that corner or whatever. So I'm just like, well, what should I do? Where should I start? What ring am I in? And I think once I got there and started and got going, it was perfectly fine. Everybody was so sweet to me. The staff was sweet to me. Probably the most difficult part was junior handlers. It's so hard to give second, third place, and even the little participation ribbon for the fourth place or however many kids are out there. That sucked. And so the first few, I think, age groups, everybody just gets the same ribbon, right? None of those age groups showed up. So it was just
yes, it's a baby Sphinx.
Yeah, that's a baby Bambino. She's a midget, but everybody understands midget, and I know that's not a word people use, but she's September. Her name's September. I don't think I've ever introduced her to the public.
Hell,
what?
Weird ass question, man.
I don't know what that means. I can't look at these comments all at the same time. Anyway, junior handlers was difficult, and it was all girls, and you want to give it to the person that maybe has been working with their dogs the most, and they might not necessarily know that dog, but you can see that they've been practicing. So it's just kind of hard. How do you let the newer girls or kids know how or why they didn't win and still try to keep them excited and eager about continuing to show or exhibit animals? So that was tricky. And then some of the classes were not that full and tricky. What?
I'm just
What are they saying?
some weirdos, man. Anyway, that's beside the point. But so here's the question I have
Don't
for
listen to
you.
these weirdos. Who the hell is that?
I don't know. So my question for you is,
You're here though.
huh?
I said you're here though.
All right. So my question for you is, what do you think the hardest part outside of junior handlers would have been? I can tell you what the hardest part for me is. I think, as a judge, I believe that sometimes second and third place is the hardest. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
A lot of times, and that's not to be cruel, disrespectful. A lot of times, there's a dead ringer. I guess you could use that word. There's a dead ringer who's first. You know what I mean? 9 times out of 10, he's won all fucking day. You know what I mean?
Well, but that's irrelevant because
no.
I don't know that. Like
I know that.
I didn't come in till the end of the day, and judges are not supposed to watch each other judge. So,
but that's what I'm saying. They're like
more than likely, he stands out to everybody.
Yes, that's what I mean.
He or she, yeah.
So I think sometimes second and thirds are the hardest. That's to me the hardest.
And you have always said that to me. Oh, it's hard to giving out the second and third. And some things were tricky. Like I would have my first, like dead giveaway first place, and then they'd go around and it'd be like, oh gosh, that I can't give that one first place because of the way it gated or walked around the ring. So. And it kind of just messes up the whole thing because you didn't know who you're going to give second place to in the first place now, so
and
that's kind of different.
Let me ask you this now, that since you've been, a lot of people, you hear people on the sidelines.
Thank you, nice people.
I don't know how he picked her. I don't know how she picked him.
Well, so now,
here's my
this
question.
is only my first time.
But here's my question for you. Do you believe or do you feel that there's a different view of that dog when you can touch
get in
it?
this camera too.
All right. So do you feel like there's a different aspect of the dog that you can physically see now because you're physically being able to touch it? One, and you are paying exclusive attention to the down and back, the round, and all they really genuinely see is the dog stacked up.
I'm gonna tell you this. So there'd be times, me and wife moment where I'd be like, "What the fuck did you just pick?" Or I would never do that, whatever, right? And I'm gonna say this. So when I had my American Bully a lineup, which was my best dog from all of the class dogs, which is dogs that are not champions yet. That's called best of winners. So when I had my best of winners and I had my best champion and my best grand champion, and I'm like, stop, I'm going to get my phone. I'm going to take a video, right? Because I loved them. They were super nice. Even in that video, it makes those dogs look half of what they are. So I know that if my video where I'm up close and personal and those dogs don't look like nothing compared to what they actually are in person and in the ring and down on that level, that there's no way standing over top and looking from the back you can judge. Or even in the camera, like I said, even if someone's live, like you can't see what I could see in person. So totally different.
My response to that question to people is, I've seen videos of said dog. I've been on the sideline of said dog. And then when I physically had to judge said dog, all three views were different. Because
for sure,
a lot of times the not competitors, but the people, the spectators, they just see the dog stacked, standing completely still. And the job of a good handler, or even if you're handling your own dog, your job as a competitor is to hide everything from me as the judge. My job as the judge is to see everything that is possibly wrong with that dog.
Well, and I don't know right or wrong, but I kept telling everybody, especially at that very last stack, okay, stack up your dog and then just stop fidgeting with them. Because I'm just trying to look at the dog and you guys are, I can't look at the dog if you're messing with it. And you can't hide it from me. And I'm just trying to say, I'm trying to do like deductive reasoning, like this one has this one has that, but this one looks like American Bully a mile away. Like that one is the one with the most type, or that looks like the dog that we're trying to go towards, is always going to have the most weight to me, So
the one thing I like, and for me, when I judge, this is what I prefer, is if someone walked in the door, right here, there's a door right behind me. Somebody walked in the door and I have a dog just standing still. They can say, that's a pocket, that's a standard, that's a classic, that's an XL. They know what class it belongs in. And because they know what class it belongs in, they know it's an American Bully. You see what I'm saying? Like you can look I don't know any dogs. I don't breed American bullies, but we'll just say you can walk in and say, "Wow, that's a nice pocket American bully." Like I don't
So
need to know the dog's name.
now, besides the junior handlers part, where disappointing the children.
Yeah, I don't like that
Besides
at all.
that part, which by the way, I don't feel prepared for, but I guess I've messed with kids. You know, I've had kids forever, so.
It
But
does suck.
no one said, "Hey, you're gonna have to break some hearts
Oh
today."
yeah.
You
And
know,
then
as
they look
soon
at,
as you walk in,
and then they look at you like,
because I thought you guys did junior handlers like maybe 2 out of the 4 shows.
no.
I didn't think it would be me.
So all right. So how it works is the person who is throwing the show determines if there's going to be 1 show of junior handlers or 4 shows.
Okay.
You're going to judge some shows where there's only 2. There's going to judge some shows where there's 4, and you're going to judge a show where there's only 1. It's just like I don't like the junior handlers per se from my perspective because again, I mean you know how I am with our kids. Like I don't even like making my kids cry, and they're just like, "This is it."
Yeah.
They literally look at you like.
I know. Well, you know what was so cute? On one of the age groups, I think it was 9 to 13, I said, it was all girls. And I said, okay, guys, I noticed that when you guys, they all went around, they exhibited their dog to me, and then they kind of, went down and back and around so I can see the dog walk. And I said, hey, guys, you're looking at your dogs a lot. See if you can just walk, and your dog's going to follow you,
So for me,
So guide the dog. Wait. So when they all went around, it was like robots. Everybody was just going like this, and I was just dying. I'm like, oh my God.
But for me, I know knowledge is a portion of the problem. I mean, not problem, a portion of the equation. Because you have to ask them some questions, and they need to know their knowledge. But for me, this is a competitor and a spectator sport where there should be a connection between the dog and the kid. You see what I'm saying?
Unless they came without a dog.
No, I understand that.
Yeah.
But they could have taken 20 or 30 minutes to try to bond with their dog a little bit and see what he good. And to me, that is the definition of a good junior handler because we'll take Pre and Tone's daughter. Look at the connection that her and that Frenchie have. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's impeccable. Mm-hmm. And to me, that is the true definition of a spectator or a competitor. That's what they're supposed to be like. Like, this is my dog and he is trained by me.
Yeah, my kids were a lot younger age groups. So it was, I say, what do you like or not like about this dog? He's cute, he's sweet, so.
But I only believe that to the very end. I think it's like the 16,
the last age
15
group.
to 20, 18 or something like that. I believe it only in that age group. I'm pretty hard on them because for me, here's why. They've done it for so long. What question?
Over so you can be
what question are you going to ask? Say, I think her name's Christine. What question are you going to ask Christine that she hasn't heard yet?
I would definitely ask.
But I'm just saying, she's probably heard.
What do you like and not like about this dog, and how are you going to hide the faults from me that you don't like? And everybody will tell you everything they know. Their knowledge, whether they want to tell you the truth or not, you can see the knowledge by the response.
But I mean,
and I have had some really, like when I apprenticed under some judges, I've had some amazing answers. And by the way, as the junior handlers get older, they're better exhibitors than the adults most of the time.
Yeah.
So, they're on it and they're practicing. Well,
yes.
Not just the connection. It's not always just the one dog. It's that they're out there every day. They're honing in on their craft versus, let's say me, I'm just going to come in and like try to figure out and, real quick how to stack up the dog.
Yeah.
So this is somebody who's coming in as a handler, maybe versus a breeder. Like
well,
myself.
That's for me. When we get to that last age group, this is a junior handlers group. So this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to handle dogs. So asking them very complicated questions, which, I mean,
I'm not trying to trick a kid.
Well, it's not even
they
that.
can
It's
offer
not
what
that.
they know or not.
It's not that you're trying to ask them a trick question. We'll just take, I don't know any of the kids' name. We'll just say the 2 oldest little girls that do it. They've shown probably 50 shows this year. Mm-hmm. 50 weekends, which is about 100 shows.
Right.
So you're going to tell me you're going to try to come up with a question that they haven't heard yet.
Yeah, but
it's almost damn near impossible.
That's why you ask them for their opinions, because you'll be able to know where they're at.
Yeah, I mean, I like that. I like that way, but I also like to see the connection.
The kids that I was asking, I'm like, well, where's the hawks? Where's the pasture? And, just stuff like that.
They're like 7 years old.
Yeah.
I get that. I do the same thing.
Tell me about the croup set. That was one of my trickier ones. The girls are a little bit older.
Yeah.
Something I thought about last night, I was giving a dog a bath. And this never really occurred to me because, again, I'm not a handler, or I don't know dog handlers, which are the people that are paid to take the dogs around the ring, right? it's just really funny, but do you know handlers get mad when you use another handler? They feel like you're cheating on them, right? So if I had a dog, I would take it, I would drive to this show and I'd be like, oh, so and so's here. I'm going to ask them to handle my dog because I want to win, right? Because I don't feel good at handling or I get anxious or whatever. And then I go here the next weekend and I'm like, oh, hey, you're here. Can you handle my dog? And they're kind of looking at you, what, and I'm like, what? And they're thinking, I don't know what they're thinking, but they're thinking, oh, you had so and so handle your dog last time. And then I my only like friend handler at the time was Stephanie, and Stephanie would actually say, oh, you let so and so show Rex, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know that was that big a deal.
Etiquette.
But there's culture within the handlers that, as a breeder who just shows up here and there, I never picked up on. I never understood.
So
I guess I understand it now. It's a business. It's a profession. Like a breeder. Like if you buy a dog for me and then you go and buy it from somebody that I don't get along with, I'll tell you, ew, go buy a dog from them. Go ask them what's wrong with their dog. So I can understand that. But coming in, I know people, especially with Old English Bulldogs, you don't dog shows are not first second nature to you. So that's a thing. And now Eric Garcia is going to be a handler, so I'm sure he'll pick up and start to see stuff like that too.
it's a handler's job to present the dog to the best of your ability. It's the judge's job to find what's wrong with that dog. So when people get upset when someone hid something, that's a two-part problem. One, the judge didn't pick it up, and two, the handler hid it very well. I mean, you can't. I mean, you're not perfect. You're not human. I mean, you're human. So I mean, it is what it is.
I was looking at Eric is offering his handling services, so I started looking at your pictures. What?
He says, "How old can you be to start handling?" He said, oh, "You're too old."
No,
Too late.
you can do anything you want. Don't let people fucking not let you do something.
Dude,
So
this guy, man, he's into some weird stuff, bro. Dirty Dan, man.
why? What is he saying
I don't
now?
know. He's,
Nathaniel, they were just talking about pegging earlier.
I guess that's what he likes. I don't know. Anyway,
What the fuck, bro? It's so weird the shit that's on YouTube, and my kids, play on YouTube.
but
too.
anyway, so the things are, did you enjoy yourself?
I loved it. Exhilarating, exciting. Even though I know the oldie community, well, I didn't really find out because I don't know, but like was bashing me for weeks, I guess ever since I was announced judge. Which almost, like, I already knew that was going to happen. So I was almost nervous about even my first apprenticeship. I'm like, here they come, just waiting for it. But if I let those people that I know are going to group up and gang up against me, keep me from doing anything, I'd probably still be living in a bucket. So,
Well, it's not even that. Lamborghini doesn't give two shits about Ford.
anyway. But Eric, what I was going to say about your pictures, I see you stack the dog, you're picking their head straight up. Keep their head there, but bait them forward so they drop into their chest. And then put the bait down so you could see their arch and neck. Because you kind of right now, you got the dog standing still and straight. But you've taken away those curves that can make your dog pop and win. So
they're saying, why'd you get criticized? I'll tell you why she got criticized.
who? By who?
Yeah, I don't know, but I'll tell you what it's about. It's forward motion. A lot of times in this world, people don't like people who are not scared to take more steps. And I mean, just human nature. Oh, he's doing better, so let me talk about them. And you know what I mean?
By the way,
I don't feel like giving them a platform. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. They have their opinion. And a long time ago, I was told bad publicity is better than no publicity at all. So I would like to thank them personally for the publicity, because if their customers didn't know who we were, they probably do now. So I appreciate it. And I'm not going to tell you their name. And the reason why, because I don't want my customers to know who they are.
Yeah, and I guess it's a maturity level thing, because back in the day, it would bother me and I would want to fight back or post pictures of their dogs or say what's wrong with their dogs. That is so, I've grown. I've matured a lot since then. And mind you, my clientele and customers, they would have probably never messed with me if they saw me talking like that or acting like that. And like they say, two people in a fight, no one knows who's the crazy one. And I would be so upset that I would be kind of outlandish or whatever.
What did Jay-Z says? Jay-Z says, if I shoot you, I'm brainless. You shoot me, you're famous. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's what I don't understand about these people. Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, if people are just constantly trying to hurt my feelings, I don't necessarily even want to hurt yours, and I could see all your dogs, you know. And by the way, I don't even know these people's. I kind of forget they exist, and then I don't even know their dogs' names. I couldn't say that this person produced that dog. I don't know. But if I were to see a picture, I could see what's wrong or why I wouldn't use the dog, why the dog's not enough. It might be a safe dog, meaning it might not be cowhocked, it might not be rye, it might not be 100 pounds, it might not blow your hair back. It's safe, cool. That's what you want to do. That's not what I want to do. So I want to make badass bulldogs, and they're not perfect. So if you guys have perfect dogs, I'll send people your way. But anyway, I'm not,
That's not what
it's
this is about.
unfortunate that honestly, I really don't give a fuck about those people. It's the in-betweens that bother me. Like, don't be my friend. Don't ask me for help. Don't be a part of what I'm doing if you're playing both sides and not, you know what I mean? But is it fair to say pick a side? I don't want you to pick a side either, but don't celebrate when they're hurting me, or talking shit or co-signing the shit that they say about me, and then come over here and enjoy my life or whatever. It's just like a weird thing. Like, if you're part of ops, like they say, then go be over there and have fun and thrive and flourish. But I think people get threatened because we might have created like a lot of followers or whatever.
Well, like, we'll just take.
But wait, let me finish my comment. I just feel like together we can bring light to the breed, and they're not all going to come to me. They might want a dog local. They might want to just, I wanted a blue chow at one point, and I was so desperate I was going to buy like the crappiest blue chow in Oklahoma. You know what I mean? And I didn't care about quality because I just wanted it. And people are like that. They're going to buy dogs from and for whatever reason, any price range. Sometimes they have a lot of money, sometimes they don't. I'm not going to get all the customers. I don't even have the time to respond to everyone. So you guys can use that and say, Old English Bulldog, people might see me on YouTube. They're going to Google it. You're in their area. I don't understand why I'm so threatening when we're just bringing light to the breed.
So here's my question, or here's my statement. So the thing is this live was to talk about your experience as a judge for the first time.
Right. It was amazing.
So here's the issue in my thought of the way I think, and a lot of people get upset with me. Even she does. Like, I'm not going to allow anyone to steal that peace that I've achieved this weekend from me at any cost. I've literally, like, this guy talking weird on. I don't even know what this shit is. First of all, second off, I don't care. When we're done this, I'm gonna go outside and clean up dog shit. I'm gonna put earbuds in my motherfucking ears, and I'm listen to Rakim like it ain't no tomorrow.
And I've been listening to Pop Smoke, so whoever killed him, I'm coming for you.
Shut your ass up. So the thing is that's how it should be. It shouldn't be, oh, let's talk about this person, let's talk about that person. You should have enough to do in your life that you shouldn't have to worry about the next man. And you shouldn't try to steal the joy from somebody else. And I won't ever let anybody steal my joy or my peace away from me. So the people, they can do what they want. And guess what?
Well, listen,
let me finish what I'm about to say. Now I'm about to ask you a question. Fuck that. Did you enjoy being a judge? Would you do it again? And would you recommend it to the people? Now, please pay very close attention to my question. Would you recommend it to the people who always have something negative to say? Because it is a process that it doesn't happen overnight. You have to achieve championships. You have to have so many years in the breed. You have to have documentation of these such things. Would you recommend it to the people who have everything to say negative? That is something that they can achieve by themselves. Yes or no? Because for the people who are going to say you didn't achieve this, it's all on Chris's merits. One, I didn't like Thug Rose. She wasn't my dog. She picked her. She champed her out. I didn't like Rex. I have never hid the fact that me and Rex had a love-hate relationship. Her dog, grand champion, won nationals with him the whole 9 yards, and was.
And I fucking walked that dog 3 miles every day, or jogged him, by the way. And I was sick.
But I'm just giving people. I mean, I think you need to have 5 dogs. Gina Montana was not my dog when I met her.
Before I met you.
Yeah. So I mean, that's 3 dogs I can think of.
Anyway, that shit's irrelevant. Okay, if all my accomplishments are actually Chris's, then why the fuck do y'all give a fuck about me? leave me the fuck alone.
So
It ain't about that.
So the question is, could they achieve it?
Absolutely.
So what it takes is that they have to get off their asses. They have to go to a show. They have to champ a dog out and stop talking about people like, oh, Eric thinks he's better because he shows dogs now. No.
Oh, Eric thinks he's Mr. Big Shot.
Yeah.
Here's the thing:
The
when
thing
nobody
is Eric
talks
got off
shit
the
about
couch.
you,
Eric got off the couch.
Yeah.
He did something. He's achieving something. So now he has at least 2 champions that I physically know of. He has a daughter and a mother. So now if he gets 3 more and one of them grand champs, I don't know, Eric. I apologize if one of them's a grand champion. So be it. So you know what I'm saying? If one of them becomes a grand champion, and then he has 4 other champions. Guess what? He can apply to be a judge, and he can do what he feels is make a change in our community. You see what I'm saying?
Which is precisely why I made Chris become a judge. And when I didn't feel like he was doing shit enough, I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it myself. And by the way, I felt at some point that the entire community was betrayed me, actually, or against me, and not just oldies, but like maybe ABKC as a whole. So it took some time back, and I'm like, we moved into this house. It was a huge undertaking, and I was like, all right, I'm feeling better in myself. And mind you, you can actually complete the things to become a judge quickly, I feel like. But are you ready? And I didn't feel ready. I think I had my accomplishments to become a judge a long time ago, but it was never like, I'm going to hurry up and do that so I can say that I'm a judge. It wasn't even about that. It was like, I got to have the confidence in myself and knowing that I can discuss these dogs and what I don't like about them to everybody to make them feel comfortable in the ring, come back to me instead of saying she just picks her friends. And you can't ever fucking say that because I don't.
So here's the thing about being a judge, and this is what people don't understand. The hardest thing is having disgruntled people come up to you. Why didn't you pick my dog? And now they've heard they've heard stories all day from other judges. The other dog was a better candidate, or the other dog it was just more dog, or this, that, and the third. I get all that, and I've said some of those answers myself because it is the truth sometimes. But if you physically cannot break down the dog enough to where you can elaborate, like this dog has, short upper arms or short forearms, so now he has a little bit of a higher rear. So if you can extend the bone in the front, you would get a better front, which would make your rear look better. Or your head set up, you lack underjaw or this black, whatever the issue is. Those are the hardest things because some of the competitors are very intelligent. Some of them are very intelligent and they really know dogs. So you can't fake your intelligence.
Right.
So that is the hardest part because we'll just take Felix for an example. Felix is a combative person. He always comes up. Yeah, I'm talking about you, Felix. Why don't you pick my dog? You know what I mean? Bro.
Thanks, Eric.
You know damn well I didn't want to pick your dog. And then he laughs.
And then,
but then I tell him. I tell him.
He showed me a dog and he's like, why didn't you pick this dog? I'm like, he's like, don't say the feet. The feet? Really? You're going to say the feet? And I'm like, bro, I mean, like I said, a million things go into a dog and a little bit of sugar, a little bit of shit, you know what I mean? And the feet was just one more thing that went against the dog,
So the thing is So everybody who has something negative to say, I'm going to tell you how I genuinely feel. You can take the same path that everybody else takes. All you got to do is be willing to take that path. You have to be willing to put that target on your back. You have to be willing to put in the effort. You have to be willing to take the time and do something outside of the things that you don't feel comfortable doing, nor is it the norm of doing. And then once you do it, then you can say, fuck me. And you can say it now, and I don't care personally. But the thing is you are never going to steal my joy. And I'm going to try my damnedest to make sure you never steal her joy. Because anything that people say about me or her doesn't faze me at all.
And it literally just fucking ignites me. I'm like, oh, y'all want a working dog? Oh, y'all want to go to UKC? Let's go.
I mean, from the day
I got it all. I got fucking skinny dogs, tall dogs, fat dogs, rye dogs, perfect bites that look like pit bulls. I got everything.
And I've been talking about my entire damn life, and it doesn't affect me one bit.
Me too. I mean, Ashley York lived in Detrice in the Colony, Texas. We just fucking moved in. And she used to tell people that I pissed standing up. So what does that mean? I was fucking good at sports. So I must piss standing up. That's the kind of shit people have been talking about me my whole life.
So the things are, I'll tell you this. Being a judge is rewarding at times. It really is. And the way to achieve it is open for everybody. So I'm not saying that every single person that applies is going to get picked. I'm not going to say that. I don't know I know what I had to do and that what they required of me. I had to have 5 champions, and I had to have so many dogs breed. What is it? So many years in breeding.
I
I
think
had to have letters of recommendation, and I had to give them a resume of who I was and what I've done. And now I have working titles that I don't talk about. I have show titles. So is I put in the legwork to achieve the next step. And anyone that watches this or anyone who does dogs, you have the same opportunity as me, as her, or as the Errol, who was a senior judge at the show.
fuck, froze our camera.
It froze my phone.
Oh,
Oh well.
volume's all low. You
There it is. There it is. It's counting again.
Oh,
I don't know what's going on, but it's counting again.
we're frozen on YouTube. Sorry.
Anyway, so the things are, I tell her all the time, don't let anybody steal your joy, and I try my hardest not let anybody steal her joy. And I'm glad she had a good time. I'm glad that it was rewarding for her. It is rewarding for me as well. It is a little nerve-wracking at times because you do have people that are disappointed that they didn't win.
Oh, yeah.
But
I mean,
don't
there's
win
only
everything
one
either.
person super happy, whoever won Best in Show. But for me, I went and talked to every person. And when people were asking me, on the sidelines, let me ask you why'd you pick them, I discussed it with everybody. And I swear on my life, like, nobody was mad. Mind you, this is my first show. I'm sure people will be mad. But I can damn sure articulate what I love about a dog and what I would change,
I just have a hard time remembering every single dog. Like,
yeah, well, I mean, I have to see it right in front of me.
Yeah, I've had people come back and be like, "Hey, you remember my pocket?" And I'm